Welcome, friends, to the very special 25th anniversary episode of I Have More Trophies Than You.
We did it. Hey, 25 episodes. We got there.
Hello and welcome. No, you fucked up the opening.
Did I? How did I fuck it up?
Because this theme just played, and then I always start with "Welcome, friends."
Oh yeah.
This is More Trophies Than You, a video game podcast about video games and the different ways that people play them. I am one of your hosts, and I am currently still the 61st best gamer in all of North America, Dr. Ryan.
Are you still the 420?
No, I'm 414. I went up in that.
You should really try to get it to where you're 69 and 420. It just can't line up that way. Yeah.
It just can't line up that way. Introduce yourself.
Yo, hey, and I'm Chris, and I am stoked for video games. Are you stoked for video games?
Yeah, this is our 25th episode. This is a very special one, and we're doing something very special today. We're going to be talking all about Summer Game Fest. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
It sucked.
It was so fucking boring.
Thank you for listening to I Have More Trophies Than You. All right, I guess welcome to the real. Okay, full disclosure. I wanted to end the episode there. Chris wants to try to give it the old college try.
We've both been back and forth with it because, like,
no, I've been pretty adamant that I think we should have ended the episode.
No, because then, when we got done, you were like, actually, let's come back in 2 hours and do this. Like, you went, saw a movie, I went and watched a couple.
Yeah, you know what?
shows.
Fuck this. I want to talk about fuck all this. I went and I saw Top Gun Maverick. Holy shit.
Was it good?
That movie fucking rules.
I don't care about Tom Cruise or like Top Gun's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. But like, I've never been like, oh, I really want a sequel, but I keep hearing it's amazing and it's done by like the Tron Legacy dude. So
yeah, it's done by the Tron Legacy dude. And it's like, this is the first one of those, like, I like Tron Legacy a lot.
Oh, other than that, Tron Legacy. Yeah.
Other than that, all of these like 20 or 30 years later sequels have been dog shit.
Yeah. This
one is just as good as Top Gun.
Huh. That's high praise because that's like one of those like decade defining movies, I think.
Well, plus think about it this way, like Top Gun rules.
Yeah.
But now this is like just as good in the drama, but also they can do real fighter pilot scenes.
Well, that might actually just be worth seeing just for that. I mean, I don't know. I need to see that, and I need to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I think I'm going to do this weekend because it's like on VOD now. So I think.
Now, on the other hand, I've heard that Jurassic Park.
I heard that's dog shit.
Dominion or whatever they call it. What's it fucking called? Is it called Dominion?
I think it's Jurassic. Oh no, is it Jurassic Dominion. World Dominion? Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep thinking Jurassic World was like a one that came out in the 90s, but
that I've heard is like the worst movie of the year. So of course, I think I'm going to go see it.
Oh no.
I have to know.
Why do you subject yourself to this? I forgot the second one even happened.
Because I have to know.
You are if there's anything that I've learned is that you are a very inquisitive person and you're someone who will actually see it through just so that you know.
Well, it's like I said, I think I've said it on this podcast before. My mom taught me a very important lesson. Don't knock it till you try it.
That's fair.
You can't say you hate it. You can say, all these people are like, oh, this movie sucks. This movie's dog shit. And they say, did you see it? No, I just know it is. It's like, no, you don't know. You think it's bad. And you're allowed to think that it's bad enough to say, oh, I don't want to see that. But you can't say it's actually bad until you sit down and watch it.
So when we do next week's episode, and I say that,
you're wrong because no, not at all.
Just a little sneak peek for anyone.
The other thing I've learned about doing this podcast is very simple. You have bad taste, and so anything that you don't like is good.
That's fair.
If it's not an anime person telling you a rich backstory about life, you think it's dog shit, when in fact, that's the thing that's dog shit.
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty open, but like
save this for next week.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I don't know, like something just kind of like I don't know. I keep going back and forth with these E3 shows, and we were kind of like poking around it right before we started recording. It's like I don't I don't know if a show like this, like the Summer Games Fest that literally happened a couple hours ago, is worth having anymore. Like, I don't know if these things are really like worth spending time on anymore, or money.
I would say these things in general are, because usually they're very fun and they're good and they bring everything together. This one was hot dog shit.
Yeah, it was so boring. Like, I checked out a couple times where I was like I had it on, but I found myself like looking at Pokemon decks or looking at Twitter. Like, I just didn't care.
I was clowning about it on Twitter. Do you want to we can quickly just start going through game by game?
Yeah, and if there's something, let's just kind of point it out and be like, yeah, I mean, because the problem with this show is that, and I guess Geoff kind of did say it a couple of days before, it's that we're not showing anything really new. It's just stuff that you already know about, but they just kind of like Callisto Protocol, which was one they showed right in the front 3. We actually got to see a little bit more of that, like actual gameplay this time, which is kind of cool. Although I feel like there are 10 games in this list that are the same game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. There were like 3 games in a row that were all aliens. Yeah. My problem with it is that it was a lot of like, here's a cool cinematic, and no, out of the 2 hours, I'd say 12 minutes were gameplay.
Yeah, that's the like one thing.
And eight of those 12 minutes were a fucking Call of Duty level. Fuck, that was not so long.
Not only that, it was a Call of Duty level that I feel like I've seen in an E3 show like 10 years ago.
So here's the
same shit.
Hold on. I want to save this till we get to Call of Duty because I have a lot to say and I want to jump around. So let's start at the beginning because it will be very quick to get there.
I've got a whole list of everything start to finish. So if you need
Here's the beginning. Are you ready for the biggest announcement, the biggest surprise? Guess what?
I was so shocked.
Guile is in Street Fighter.
Can you believe it?
Been in like every Street. Also, why does Guile look like Brock Lesnar in this?
He looks really weird. Like
he's buff and he's got a weird goatee.
Like Hot Ryu looks fine and like Chun-Li looks fine. The new characters look a little weird. And then when they showed Guile, I was like, oh man, Guile's going to be in this one. You know, because he wasn't in the last 7. Like I was like, oh, he kind of looks strange. Like he looks off. Like they didn't finish his character model.
He looks too big.
Yeah, all of the characters look a little too big, but
except for Chun-Li, who they made smaller.
Yeah,
they made her like thinner and lither.
Yeah, which
she doesn't have her big giant fucking thighs.
Which also she's got a broken hip too. That poor girl needs some work. Like
no, she's just going really trailer. Fast. She's just moving so fast.
I don't know. I put a lovely picture because me and a friend of ours, James, we were watching through the Sony one again a couple days ago, and we freeze framed on like this shot of Chun-Li, and like her hip is just at a 90-degree angle, like broken. As a chiropractor, does that work? Like,
let me tell you why you're wrong and I'm right as a chiropractor. It's very simple. You have what's called the acetabulum. That's the socket in the hip. That's where the ball and socket joint. That's the socket. She was merely using her inner power to usually that angle can't go to 90 degrees, but she was shifting on it and then planting to make a base so that she could do her fucking bird kicks. That's why she's so good, is that she controls her hips better. So she's fine. Chun-Li's the perfect video game character. She can do no wrong. Anyone that says bad things about Chun-Li, I will beat up. She was my main in Street Fighter Third Strike, so I do love Chun-Li.
I heard that this one's also modeled more off of Third Strike and like the systems in that one.
Yeah, so also though they changed her voice actress, which is weird.
Oh, that's weird.
It's usually Laura Bailey. I'm used to hearing Laura Bailey.
I would always have the Japanese on, so I wouldn't even know.
Well, there you go.
It's probably the same.
You know, I think in Third Strike, I would always have it in Japanese, but like in other games, I would have it in English.
Right.
Okay.
After that, we had Aliens, Dark Descent.
Yeah. Which I'd love to tell you what that is, but all they did is show a little movie. So is it like Isolation? Is it a whatever? Is it? I have no fucking clue what this game is.
Yeah.
And that's going to be what you're going to hear a lot from these games is I don't know what this game is because all they did is just showed a little movie.
A lot of it is no game, no hype. That's like
so. Hey, I'll hold any reservations for Aliens Dark Descent until I know what the fuck Aliens Dark Descent is.
Do we know who the developers are on that? Like,
no,
Isolation. We don't know anything. We just know that it's an Aliens game, please.
Focus Entertainment, Tindalos Interactive, 20th Century Fox. That's all it says.
Oh man,
who fucking knows? It's coming out next year. I don't give two shits.
That's rough.
Next, it's more Callisto Protocol,
but with gore.
Here's the only thing that I care about the Callisto Protocol. Listen, I already want to play that game.
Right.
I'm already jazzed to play that game. Here are the two things I took away from that. The dude talking about it looked like he's straight out of the fucking Sopranos. He's got the sport coat. He's got a big gun. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Hey,
that's
Geoff,
cool guy.
we gotta show you the Callisto Protocol.
We gotta show you this fucking Callisto Protocol. Give me the gabagool. Here's what I saw from the playthrough of Callisto Protocol that is like, okay, great. Is he's got a little thing on the back of his neck that's like the spine in Dead Space. Right. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Same shit.
Perfect. I'm in. I'm gonna play it. Next after that was quite literally
the most
12 minutes
boring section
of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which I had to look this up. Okay. I stopped playing Call of Duty after Black Ops 1. Apparently, the last Call of Duty was a remake of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and it was just called Call of Duty Modern Warfare, not Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Right.
And it wasn't exactly the same. But it was kind of
like a reboot.
It was like a reboot.
Yeah.
This is Call of Duty Modern Warfare numeral 2, which has nothing to do with Call of Duty Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2, which is the best Call of Duty that I played back in the day.
Wait, I think you have that backwards. I think this one's the Roman numeral one, and the old one is the numeral one.
Is that true?
You're right.
Certain.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. I got that backwards. Either way.
Which is incidentally, the very last Call of Duty that I've played was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, so I guess technically that's the newest.
But it's not the same at all. And the thing is, they showed this level as like, this looks a lot like a level out of the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, where you're on like a big oil tanker and you have to go like sneaking into places and you have to keep doing breach charges and whatever. Yeah. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck.
It was mighty convenient of them to have just Molotov cocktails laying out on oil barrels. I was like, that's very smart of them to do.
Okay. So, I also want to note, here's the tweet I made. Why are the two people talking about this game a depressed lumberjack and a lady that looks like she wants to redecorate your 2-bedroom apartment in a trendy part of Portland?
It did. Like, this is the one thing
this guy
I have a problem with is that they started.
I brought it up and I freeze framed. This guy looks like a less cracked out version of Sam Hyde.
Like,
anyway,
my only complaint is that they started this conference thing, this show, by doing these kind of like longer talks with the developers. I feel like you should shotgun a lot of these trailers at the beginning so that we're like excited, so then you can pepper in the interviews like through the middle of it, because like the first 40 minutes of this show is just like, all right, that was a trailer, let's talk about this trailer that had absolutely zero gameplay in it. How is the game going, guys? And it's just like, well, we can't tell you anything, Geoff, but we're really excited about it coming out. It's a game that
they should have. What they did is, after this, I didn't watch it, but they had a thing called Day of the Devs where they talk to people. They should have just put everything in that.
Yeah, that really.
If I want to listen to people, I don't ever want to listen to people talk about video games. I want to just look at the video games. You're allowed to talk while playing. That's my rule.
Yeah,
you're allowed to
like
talk
give us a demo while it's happening. Like,
anyway, let's move on from these doofuses to something called Witchfire, which I can only describe as medieval BioShock.
Yeah, apparently this game's been in the works for 10 years now. And not only that, real quickly, there was a game in between called Flashback 2, which is a sequel to a game that came out like 20 years ago that no one knows what it is. So
everyone knows what Flashback is.
What is Flashback? What are you talking about?
Flashback was a game on the PlayStation. You might also know it as Another World. It's a very famous, it's like around the same era as like Prince of Persia. It's a very, very famous game, and they're making another one. What? I don't give a shit, but they are. Yeah, it's well known.
But Witchfire, that apparently has been in development for like 10 years, so I guess it's
by somebody named. There's a company called the Astronauts.
Yeah, it's been into development for 10 years and they still can't show us gameplay. So, good.
What are you talking about? They showed a bunch of gameplay.
Did they? I cannot tell you. Like, that's how forgettable
that's why I called it
BioShock.
You're talking in broad general terms. Like this is okay. I see this a lot in you and also in my friend Jared, who I watch this with. I want to talk about this as a side. You're not allowed to use large broad terms like everyone hates this, nobody knew, and you didn't know. You want to say you didn't know? That's fine.
That's fair.
I knew exactly what it was. It's, they're making a first-person shooter that, much like BioShock, you have one button for weapons and one button for powers. I like BioShock. I will give it the benefit of the doubt once I see more. But you can't say nobody would like this.
That might have been one
going on.
That might have been one that I turned my brain off on.
Okay. That's fine.
That's fair.
That's fine.
But the next one is Doom 3. It's just called Fort Solis.
Oh yeah, it's got hey. Troy Baker was there, and I want to say, hey, you can either hate or you can create. Which will you choose? Do you remember that bullshit that he pulled like 6 months ago when he was gonna? Troy Baker was gonna try and do like Troy Baker NFTs, and his tweet was, "You can either hate or you can create. Which will you choose?" And collectively, the internet chose hate.
Yeah,
and then he eventually doubled back and was just like, "Sorry." Troy Baker was somebody that I really liked, and I hear from a lot of people that they don't like when the same voice actor does a bunch of stuff because oh, once you hear him, everything. And I never got that because the thing about Troy Baker is an actor. Like he can make his. I don't think Joel sounds anything like Booker DeWitt sounds anything like Kanji Tatsumi from Persona 4, right? He does things with his voice to make him sound differently. However, I'm starting to not like him because he's turning into a giant douchebag.
That's fair. I think he's one that I have a little bit harder of a time differentiating his voice, but there are some he is one though that I'm like, we use him too much. Come on, get a new guy in there, but
I think he's established. I think he's good. He does a good job.
Yeah, he is very talented voice actor.
Just the minute that you start showing up in loafers with no socks, I know that I don't like you anymore. That's really all it is. I don't know what Fort Solis is. I truly don't. I watched that whole thing.
Excuse me.
I think it's supposed to be a survival horror game. I'm not entirely sure.
When it started, I was like, this looks like the UAC on Mars in Doom 3. It just looked like Doom 3, which to again, me, four games looked like that.
To me, it looked just like the Callisto Protocol.
Exactly, right? I don't know if you remember, there was this vacuum in the PS3 era, that generation of games where it felt like every game was kind of like a modern war shooter, and then after that we had the zombie games that were just inundated on our consoles. But then I feel like now we're getting into the Dead Space era where every single game is Dead Space, to the point that EA is like, hey, we're making a new Dead Space, and then every other developer's like, let's make one before they do. And then not only that, the team that made Dead Space is like, yeah, we're also doing that. So it's
I think those are here's me asking for more proof, because other than Callisto Protocol, actual Dead Space, and now this Fort Solis, what else do you think feels like Dead Space that is outright, has come out lately, or is out right now, or is coming out?
No, it hasn't come out lately, but is coming out.
Oh, you're saying that this is
we're in that vacuum where it's starting up right now.
It's starting. I misunderstood. I thought you meant it was right now.
Yeah.
And I was trying to be like, I can't think of anything like this.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
Speaking of, the next game, also very much like a Dead Space.
Yep.
It's a game called Routine, where there's robots that want to kill you. It's Alien Isolation with robots. Unfortunately, we'll never talk about it because it's Xbox only. So fuck that game.
Oh man.
Next. Oh man.
Are you ready for this one? Zoa Energy presents.
I love wrestling. Lifelong wrestling fan. The Rock. Oh my gosh. One of the greatest on the mic. He's an entertaining man. I don't know what it is, but in the last year or so, I think I'm starting to hate The Rock. And it's not. Some people have been like, "Oh, he's a bad actor." It's like, I loved him in Jungle Cruise. He was great in Jungle Cruise. It's that all he does now is talk about how great he is and how great Zoa Energy is, which is apparently a very good drink. I've been told that Zoa Energy is actually quite good, but I don't need The Rock to tell me who Black Adam is, and also I don't need the Rock to tell me that what Black Adam is wrongly. He's just Superman with magic. No, he's not.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No, he's not. He's got some of the same powers, but Superman isn't Superman because he's got powers. Superman is Superman because of his integrity, his heart, and his willpower. Black Adam's a dickhole who happens to have superpowers, and he's decided to go, oh, you know what would be great to do with this? Become a dictator. So Black Adam is a bad person, and the idea that The Rock's like, yeah, Black Adam is so cool. Fuck off.
My favorite thing was that he likened him to Superman. I'm like, there's another hero.
Yeah, how about Shazam? The one that you're exactly the opposite of.
Right, like that movie did very well for them, and a lot of people like that movie. Maybe bring up Shazam instead of, Superman.
Also, the idea of trying to he's trying to make Black Adam sound cool, and with Black Adam's history, this is what basically he said is like, hey guys, have you ever heard of well, I don't want to say. Okay, let me start over. Hey guys, have you ever heard of who's Franklin Delano Roosevelt? He was pretty cool. There was also a pretty cool guy around that same time called Benito Mussolini, and I'm playing Benito Mussolini. I didn't want to go the obvious route of calling the other one because he's not. Black Adam's not that bad.
Yeah.
Or maybe he is. I don't know. I haven't read Black Adam in a while. He's done some vile shit.
Yeah. He's a villain. Like, where are they trying to... Well, he's an anti-villain.
He's the you mean anti-hero? No, he's a straight-up villain.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't read a lot of...
when I was reading
Captain Marvel.
When I was... I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. I'm going to cut this out.
Bless you.
You fucker. You said that and it stopped.
Hey,
Leave that in now.
Look at a bright light and that'll make you sneeze.
You say cucumber. The sound stimulates the veins or the nerves in your nose. He's basically just Doctor Doom, but with magic.
Yeah.
But Doctor Doom's cooler.
I'm still excited to see it. Let's I'll watch it.
Fuck Zoa. Fuck, I just burped in the mic. Take that out. I'm so sorry.
No, we're gonna keep that in.
No, that's disgusting. Okay, next thing they announced was DLC for Outriders. I'm doing a jerking off motion. I played Outriders. It wasn't worth anything. Yeah. Then the next thing they announced was some Switch shit.
Yeah, it was a bunch of just like Nintendo trailers.
No. Next was Fall Guys is coming out on everything.
Yeah, and then Fall Guys, yeah. And then we got I'm actually excited for this game. This is the game that's made by the devs that all of the RTS devs that left Blizzard to go make their own company.
Oh, is this that Stormgate game?
Yeah, this is Stormgate. I actually should temper what I was saying because I was very excited for this. And when this show started, I was like, you know what? I wonder if we see Frost Giant here and talk about their RTS that they're making. And I'm a little worried about it. It sounds like it's just going to be like a weird free-to-play. I don't want to say cash grab, but I'm sure there's going to be. Did they say free-to-play, or are you guessing? Did they say free-to-play, or are you guessing? They said free-to-play.
I don't remember them saying free-to-play.
If it's not, I will be way more excited, but I have to go back and watch that interview again, but I'm almost certain they said it's a free-to-play game that they're going to constantly update. It looks like the art that they showed with it looks cute. I'm into it. The trailer itself wasn't very good. But I'm still kind of cautiously optimistic about it.
Former Blizzard folks announced free-to-play RTS Stormgate. All right, yeah. you have rights to be worried.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
I want it to be good because I want a new good RTS, and there's just no RTSs out there right now. So make it good, guys. I really want to play your game.
Next was I'm sad and I'm in a boat. It's called High Water. Whatever. I'm sad and I'm in a boat.
It's another one of these games.
The game after that seemed interesting. It was called what the fuck was it called? Oh no, wait, before they announced that. Okay.
This didn't even have a gameplay.
No. I was thinking of the American Arcadium, but before that.
Yeah, before that.
Fucking Geoff Keighley. Bastion of politics, Geoff Keighley. There's a lot going on in the Ukraine right now. So let's talk about a game from Belarus, which, by the way, is, even though the people in Belarus aren't for it, is technically a country at the moment that is fighting the Ukraine.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever. There's some game called Replaced that was supposed to be coming from a Belarusian studio, and they just can't do anything because shit's all fucked. But I just thought maybe it was like, I don't know. Nothing against the people making Replaced. For all I know, they're very much against what's going on.
Right.
Talking about that other country, maybe not the best plan right now.
Yeah, come on, Geoff.
After that was this game called American Arcadia, which looked cool. Nobody has any noses. How do they all keep their glasses up?
Magic, actually, and a little bit.
It's something. It looks like it's some sort of like. I don't know. The whole idea is that like you're in a big bubble where they're recording you like the Truman Show and you're trying to get out.
It feels like that like I wouldn't say Hello Neighbor, but I feel like there was a game. Yes, that's it. That's the game. It feels like that. It just feels like another one of the. I feel like we get one of those every E3. That was this one for this year.
We Happy Few. I finally bought it because I found it for like $8. But apparently, We Happy Few turned out to be like a survival type game, whatever. Not what they put it up to be. So I'm gonna wait and see what this becomes.
Right.
Okay. Let's see. After that,
now the best trailer they showed.
Well, that's not true. I didn't see Morbius. Marvel Midnight Suns.
No, Goat Simulator was after that.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it totally was, right?
I'm actually looking at the video right now.
Oh, that's weird because I was writing it down as they were coming out. But hey, if it's Midnight Suns, we can tag that real quick because I want to play that game. I was really hoping to see some gameplay.
Here's the thing. Here's the only thing. Yeah, they didn't show any gameplay. So I'm still just like, I want to see what Midnight Suns is before I want to play it because I love XCOM and I love Marvel. So I'd love to see more. But all they did is show a cool cinematic where a witch makes Venom into a demon and then the Hulk is there.
Yeah, it looks like it looks
like a movie.
Midnight, like doing weird, like everyone's Proxima Midnight.
They already made a game with them, so it's not them, but
yeah, but that's what everyone looks like.
I'm waiting to see more. Then they spent a shitload of time talking about Cuphead's DLC.
Yeah. The DLC's been coming out for 6 years.
I've never played Cuphead, and I've always wanted to because I love the style and I love the art and I love the idea. I just keep like, well, they'll put out a physical version. I'd rather have that. And I'm hoping once this DLC finally drops, they put out like the complete, edition, physical. Yeah. I think that would be dope.
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah. Then fucking Geoff Keighley announces that he's going to be talking about the second season of Cuphead on Netflix Geeked Week. Spoiler. I'm not going to be watching that fucking show.
I'm gonna pass. That. Wait, I will. Hey,
speaking
of
in
the background, in case they show Sonic Prime, I want to see some Sonic Prime.
Speaking of Netflix, I've never watched. I tried to watch the first episode of Stranger Things, and I didn't really feel it. I guess did Stranger Things just turn into kids fighting D&D monsters or something?
That's what it's kind of always been. I really like the first season, but
the villain of this is called Vecna, which is one of the evil. Yeah. It's one of the evil gods in D&D, and I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. And apparently they had a bad guy named the Mind Flayer, and it's like, so is it just that? Is it just like should I watch Stranger Things?
You might like it. Okay,
when is it? Is it over? I would want to watch it all at once.
No, it won't be over for a while because.
Did they do that thing where they took their last season and split it up?
Yes, but the last season isn't even out yet. The 5th season is going to be the last one, and right now we're in 4.5. Like the second half. Yeah, the second half of 4 is coming out in July. I want to say something like that. I don't know. I didn't watch the 4th season because it's one of those shows where the show starts as kids going on a magical journey, very E.T. Not Cloverfield. Super 8, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And I love that genre. So it was great. And now they're all like 20-something-year-olds playing 15-year-olds, and it's weird. And now we're just kind of past that like magical part, and it's just like, let's do brutal things with kids. And it's like,
that's cool. Also, they keep playing like on Everything I See, I guess in one of the episodes of that show, they used that Kate Bush song "Run Up That Hill," which always reminds me of the remake of that song that they used for the promo between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker at WrestleMania 26 with the "If I Could Make a Deal with God," because the Undertaker's like evil, but he always wins, and then Shawn Michaels is like, I gotta beat you because you beat me last year, and if you beat me, if I can't beat you, I have no career and I'll retire. And so he's all in white, and then they're could make a deal with God because he's like coming down from the rafters because he's all in white. And it's a very, very good wrestling promo. Anyway, it's very good. Okay, then they showed what they show after that. They showed Neon White, which has Steve Bloom in it. Hey, Neon White looks dope. It's only on fucking Nintendo Switch. Weird. So I'm hoping eventually it will come. It's an Annapurna game. So I'm hoping it eventually will come to other consoles. Then they showed a game called Midnight Fight Express. That looks pretty dope.
This is where my brain turned off. I can't tell you what this game is.
It's like not cell shaded, but it's got like a very kind of cartoonish art style, and it's like a 2.5D action, like you're firing guns and you're doing rolls and you're punching people. Okay. And it looks kind of like a more 3D-ish Hotline Miami.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I do remember this now because I think I said that to my wife, where I was just like, "Oh, this is."
I'm sorry.
To my wife, I was like, "This is just Hotline Miami." Okay, yeah, that's right.
Apparently, it's got the co-writer of one of the Destiny 2 expansions and
Cool.
the stuntman from something helped make it.
Is
The
Destiny
stuntman
2
from-
story like good? That they would
Destiny 2 Destiny had no story. Destiny 2 had a legitimate story.
Okay.
Wait, the stuntman who helped do all the stunts for God of War 2018. So that could be dope. Then they talked about Warframe for 20 minutes, and I don't want to do that. So I was watching this on Twitch, and they were like, if you watch this for 30 minutes, you'll get a Twitch drop of something called Proteus. I was like, oh, is this a game? Do you get a free game for watching it? And when it was all done, it was like,
Warframe
hey, click
skin.
this. And oh yeah, do you want to link your Warframe account? I was like, no, the fuck I don't. I have a friend named Connor that I was watching this with. Connor is the only person I know who plays Warframe. I asked Connor, what's Warframe? And this man who's put hundreds of hours into the game went, I don't know, man. It's just something to play. That was what he said. I don't know, man.
That rules.
Just something to play.
I watched a documentary on it, and I still can't tell you what it's about. It's just,
I think it's like a Destiny.
it's like space dudes, and you just run into levels.
But I mean, I think it's like a PvE, like you shoot, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, so Warframe can suck butts.
And then they moved into the Genshin team. And
oh yeah, then there's like 3 games in a row that are all just fucking Genshin clones.
yeah, which
The Honkai Star Rail, which is just Space Genshin.
apparently
and
that's going to be more of like a roguelite from what I hear. And I'm
don't
interested
care.
in that. Like, I love roguelites, so that has my interest, but at the same time I'm like,
It's the Genshin
know.
team. You'll never be
Yeah.
able to play without putting in $8 million.
exactly.
Then the next game was something called Zenless Zone Zero Combat, which looked like another Genshin.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
I mean, the characters
the
were
initials
cute,
were
but-
ZZZ, and everyone in the chat was going ZZ on board.
Exactly. 100%. But
Next was the one of the
one
sorry,
of the
you go
best.
ahead. What
Yeah, I
were
was
you
gonna say is one of the best games they showed. Is fucking
they
TMNT.
showed Shredder's Revenge, and they finally announced the date. It comes out next fucking week.
I can't believe that, right? Like that's there was another game. Is it Neon White that also comes out next week?
Yes,
there's
Neon
a
White
bunch
comes
of
out next
fucking
week,
games
too.
that come out next
So,
week. So I'm
I'm excited to play Shredder's Revenge with friends. I think
Yeah.
it'll be fun. I want to see the trophy list, of course.
I'm
but I
so
think
excited for
I'll
that game.
get that. I want to play. They announced Casey Jones is playable. Love Casey Jones. Takes kind of the wind out of the sails of the limited run event announcement that they're gonna, when they put that game out, it comes with a free coupon for a personal pan pizza.
Did they get that?
Just like the old game did.
That
What?
rule. Did they actually get that?
Did you not watch the limited run thing?
I haven't. No.
Oh, there were a couple cool things in that. So first of all, hey, my voice is in that.
Oh, sweet.
I hung out with Rocco while he was editing it while I was down there, and it's really, if you didn't watch it, I was just going to the Mega 64 channel and just watching. They did their parts and just pulled out all the trailers. It's only about 8 minutes long. They made it look like an old Sega CD shooter game.
Okay.
And so there's
That's
a part where it's a shooter where they're shooting people, and so you'll see Garrett get shot, and it's me going, ah! Like the voices. The best one that it's me and I think Rocco and Kevin's voices. We all like screamed into a microphone later. One of them is an alien goes back into like an electric thing, and do you know what the Howie scream is?
Yeah.
So it's me going, yeah, as I think it's Sean in a big giant alien mask, or I don't know who it is. Somebody in a big giant alien mask like goes into an electrical. It was very funny.
That's great.
The couple games from that I was like, oh, I'll get that. Is one already came out. I pre-ordered it. It's the Bill and Ted's retro collection of like the NES, the Game Boy, and I think there was one other Bill and Ted game.
Oh, wild! What a good. Hey, you know what? Shout outs Limited Run for fucking putting that collection.
They're
together.
putting the old Blade Runner game on physical.
Oh, that's cool.
Remastered. I'm gonna get that. Then they announced Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
No fucking way! Get out of
What?
here. They really.
They announced that last year.
Oh, I
but it never
fucking didn't
came
even
out.
know about that because
Oh, yeah.
I've watched
It's
somebody
finally-
play that game. That game
It's
is
finally
dog
coming
shit.
out. It's finally coming out. I'm definitely something about getting the platinum to Plumbers Don't Wear Ties makes me very excited.
fuck.
And then they announced that
great.
the Shredder's Revenge, when the one they put out, is going to come with a coupon for a free personal pan pizza,
Oh, tight.
just like it did, like the old games did. So it was like, that's cool. And then like game comes out next week. I was like, oh, well, I want to play that game, so I'm going to download it digitally because if I buy it from Limited Run, it's not going to be out until next year.
Ugh. God.
So
Yeah.
hey, listen, I love it. A Limited Run. Their stuff takes a long time, and that's just something you have to like know.
Accept with it. Yeah.
Yeah, accept. But it's like if I want to play that game, I want to play it now.
I feel you.
Anyway, there were maybe a couple other things, but nothing I can remember. off the top of my head. Okay, yeah, back to Shredder's Revenge. They did Shredder's Revenge, and then what the fuck was after that?
Super People, which is a battle royale game.
Is that what it is for sure?
Yes, I have a friend who's been he's a big streamer, so he gets like limited beta stuff for that, and he's been playing that for months. It looks like PUBG, but you get powers. It's just PUBG with powers is all it is.
I don't. Hey,
yeah, it didn't really look that
I don't
great,
care. So. Next they announced, I guess, stuff for some game that's already out called.
Yeah,
it's some fucking rip off of Civ 6.
No, it
looks like dog shit. It looks like a dog shit rip off of Civ 6.
It's like the Civ games. It's just kind of more like take all the aspects of like history and then kind of like mix them up, throw in some more random elements. It's not as like streamlined. I don't want to say streamlined as in how Civ works, but it's like it's weird.
Apparently,
it's a good game. Though. It's good.
It's coming to console at the end of the year. I do like Civ, so if it's got a good platinum, I'll probably go for it. I was a little worried with some of their marketing because they're like shape humankind to what you want it. They showed this lady with blue hair, blah blah. And my only thought is somebody's going to make a very bad video about shaping humankind the way they want it, if you know what I mean.
Oh no.
Like I can see some playthrough let's play on YouTube called "Let's Get Rid of All the Undesirables."
Yeah, it's a cool game. Like me and my wife have played it a little bit, so I would say check it out. It's not as hardcore as Civ, but it's totally fun. Like
I'll see what it's like. I got the Civ plat. I love Civ, so if it's got some good trophies, maybe I'll check it out when it comes out in November.
Hey, the next game I'm so excited for.
Oh, One Piece Odyssey.
It's an
this
RPG.
Looked to me like Dragon Quest with a One Piece skin.
Yeah, I could see that.
If that's what it is, I'd play it.
Yeah, I'm super fucking excited for it.
Better than this other fucking game I'm playing.
Yeah,
which you'll hear about soon.
Yeah. I'm excited. Eiichiro Oda wrote the story. I love him. He's one of the greatest fucking writers of all time.
I don't give a shit about the story. What I care about is the gameplay.
Well, it's a turn-based RPG, is what I hear. So I'm intrigued.
I hope they do it right. Yeah. I am rooting. Yeah. Listen, I'm not a One Piece fan. I'm rooting for this game.
Apparently, this game's been in development for several years too. So,
well, hey, listen. Like I said, I'm rooting for this game. I'm hopeful. I hope it is.
I'm going to make you a One Piece fan out of it.
You're not, but I hope it's yo ho ho. They took a bite of gum gum. That's all I
get out of here with that nonsense.
It's the name of the pirate in the Grand Line.
They showed off Soul Hackers 2, which is apparently a sequel to like a Saturn game.
No, Soul Hacker. I have Soul Hackers on 3DS.
Oh, okay.
It's Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh, I'm into it.
No, you shouldn't be. Soul Hackers was boring. I stopped playing Soul Hackers.
Okay.
Here's when I saw that it was Soul Hackers 2, I got up and took a piss.
That rolls.
I've realized.
I feel like there are like
weird.
4 times in this.
I love Persona. I don't give a shit about SMT.
Really? I like the SMT games. Like I've played
SMT games are too like harsh and like everything sucks. Whereas like Persona is, I want to go to the Big Beef Bowl and eat the Big Beef Bowl challenge, and then I want on Tuesdays I go to soccer practice, and then Funky Student is there, and I can do the Funky Student riddles to get more stuff, and then me and Chie will go out on a date and we will talk about wrestling, and then in between I will battle demons in my true self, but also I want to I want all the it's so weird, something about like the day-to-day part of Persona and like. You know what it is? I've realized. You know how we talked about how I love the because of trophies, I love the checklist. I love that. I want to do this, this, and this. That's what I love about Persona. It's all right.
It's very
plan out my it's structured.
Yeah.
I can plan out my schedule. I can take this % on this day. I can do this on this day. Every Sunday, I have to remember to go to this juice bar to get the juice. And so that's why I'm excited more for that Eternites game that they showed at the Sony State of Play thing, because they're like, this is straight up, hey, we're ripping off Persona. This is Monster Fight / dating simulator. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for that Eternites. That actually looked pretty cool. I love hack and slash games too. So if you're adding dating sims to that, let's go.
Then they showed some Game Pass shit. Suck my dick. Next was I don't know what this is because it was called like Capcom Arcade Stadium 2. I don't even know what Capcom Arcade Stadium is.
It's one. They do this every once in a while where they put a big arcade collection together, but it's like you get like 2 games and then there's like 45 games that you can pay for.
Wait, I'm looking it up. Yeah. It's okay. It's one of those. That sucks. I'm still waiting for that Capcom Arcade Classics thing that's going to be coming out sometime next month. That has like all the Darksiders games.
Yeah, that'll be neat.
Not Darksiders, Darkstalkers. My apologies. Yeah. All the Darkstalker games, and has like puzzle combat too. I hope that game is fun and has some online. I'd love to play some Super Puzzle Fighter.
That'd be tight.
Shit's fun. Okay. After that was a game that comes out
tomorrow.
Today,
because we're in a couple hours. Yeah.
It's out now. Probably if you're listening to this.
Mario Strikers Battle League.
The Mario. Who cares? I don't want to play.
I'm excited. I hear it's really good. I want to check it out. So.
Then there was a bunch of long-haired Swedish people talking about black metal.
Yeah, Metal Hellsinger. It's like, what's that? Cadence of Hyrule is what the game was called, but I don't remember what the.
Crypto the Necrodancer. It's that, but a shooter. Yeah, it looks a lot like Painkiller, but with a beat. Then they showed some of the Quarry, which is I think coming out next week.
Yeah, I think that's another one of those June 16th games.
I love Until Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's okay.
Play it.
Yeah.
I really like games like that. Like I've never played Beyond Two Souls, but I really like Heavy Rain, and I would still love to do an episode on Detroit. I know you don't like David Cage, but
it's a tough one.
I'm gonna make you do it one day because it's a good game. Once again, other people made that game, not just him.
That's fair.
Anyway, so this looks cool, and it's got Ted Raimi in it, Sam Raimi's brother, and it looks goofy and fun. So I expect to hear about the Quarry probably.
Yeah. After that, we had Nightingale.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is.
It didn't really give me much to go off of. So
the thing, and then after that, they showed the Saints Row Boss Factory, which is literally they did this with Saints Row the Third. There was like a couple weeks before the game came out, you could download this thing to like make your character and upload it to the game ahead of time. Mm-hmm. In fact, in the original PS3 version of Saints Row the Third, there was a trophy for that makes that game now unobtainable as a platinum.
Oh fuck!
Because that's off. So I'm worried that's the same thing. So that reminds me, I'm gonna download it right now in case I need it.
You know, after seeing the trailer for today for that game, I'm actually getting a little excited for it.
I want to love it because I do love Saints Row. I think I've said this before. My only worry is it looks like they're trying to make Saints Row into Gen Z Zoomers instead of just fucking. I want the Saints started as a gritty, realistic gang, and it was boring. And then when they were just like, we're fucking criminals who are also celebrities, and everyone loves us, it was great. If it's now just like we're a bunch of rowdy kids, and the system didn't work for us, and so we're all gonna ragtag come together, I'm gonna be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm more excited for it now. So we might have to play that later this summer.
Oh, hey, looking at the store, that reminds me that the Nicktoon, the Nicktoons Battle Royale, or what the fuck is it called? All-Star Battle? What the fuck is it called?
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. There we go.
They put all the voices in that, and they gave me the PS5 version for free. I still got the PS4 version. Now that there's voices in it, it might be fun to play.
Yeah, we need to. It's so fucking good. We'll play so good.
We need to play more of that fucking... Yeah,
we
played Jump Force once.
Some of that.
Probably a little bit after this.
I've been reading a lot of One Piece, so I'm just like I want to play.
I don't want to play Jump Force. This game looks bad.
It's so bad. It's so good though. It's so bad. After that, we have a new first-person shooter Warhammer 40K Darktide. I think Space Marine was like the last one that they did.
I pieced the fuck out when this came on.
I really liked Space Marine. I played it on live. I streamed it to my computer like 12 years ago, and it was great. It was really weird, but I might be interested in checking this one out. But after that, we got Layers of Fears.
Also, don't give a shit.
Yeah. I thought it looked kind of cool. I'm not really into horror games, but
Bloober Team is very hit and miss because they made Observer, which I like a lot, but they also made The Medium, which we called one of the worst games last year.
Yeah.
What was next? Hey, this fucking Boss Factory game is not on PSN.
What? It'll probably be up tonight. I bet it's one of those like it doesn't go live till midnight things.
They said it was up now. Saints Row Box Factory out now.
It's on PC. Like I've got it downloaded.
I checked in the store and nothing came up.
Or at least I think I have it downloaded. I saw it on the Epic Game Store, so I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna build a character. I saw some interesting models in the trailer. It looked like they were trying to like design different characters from different properties, and I was like, oh wow, this is kind of close.
Weird. It's here on the fucking store online, but it wasn't on like my actual
weird
PlayStation.
Wonder if it's like just like an update that they got to send through.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've got it.
Well, I'm downloading it now.
So I'm gonna check it out tonight and build a character because I want to be excited. When's that? August? Like mid-August?
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, well, it's downloading. I'll play it around with it a little bit, and I'll probably fucking delete it. So yeah, what's next?
Gotham Knights.
I took my headset off and walked away.
Yeah, I don't care about this game. And then, are you excited?
Oh fuck! I feel so bad for them. Fucking like literally 20 minutes before this went live, it accidentally got leaked from
Amazon, I think.
No, something it starts with an R. Reset Era. That The Last of Us Part 1 is what they're remaking The Last of Us, and they're calling it The Last of Us Part 1 to go with The Last of Us Part 2.
Right.
And it's got a September 2nd release date, and it's the ending of Keely's big thing, and it got leaked 20 minutes before the show before the show went on. You got to feel a little bad for him. Like how
I don't know.
Sad is that timing?
I feel the tiniest little bit of bad for him, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck you for showing this goddamn game again. I'm excited for this game. Fuck about Last of Us?
The Last of Us. You know why I'm excited? I'm excited for this. Do you know why?
Why? New platinum.
I love The Last of Us, and I've never been able to get the platinum. What?
Well, okay. I watched a friend play it. I haven't played it myself. I have no interest in this game. I have no interest in it at all.
Great. Then you shut up while I talk. Okay. I love The Last of Us 1. I love The Last of Us Part 2 way more. I think The Last of Us 1 is pretty good. The gameplay is whatever, but the story was amazing. The gameplay of The Last of Us 2 is even better, and the story's even better. This is The Last of Us 1 with The Last of Us 2 combat, which means it's great. And I've never been able to platinum The Last of Us PS3 or PS4 because it involves this shitty multiplayer that takes 40, 50 hours. Yeah. Guess what? Not in this one.
Hey, there you go.
So I'll finally be able to platinum The Last of Us. I'm excited. I like The Last of Us.
I'm so fatigued.
It gives me a reason to.
Us. Like,
why? I haven't played it.
It feels like watching Super Saiyan transformations.
I disagree.
Because it's like when they come out, they're like, this is The Last of Us Part 1. This is the definitive version of it. And then like 2 years later, they come out today and they're like, this is the definitive. Check out how definitive I can go this time. And it's like, this is like Ascended Super Saiyan, I guess. Like,
no, you're wrong.
Just so
here's the history of The Last of Us. It came out in 2013. Then they didn't do anything with it until they remade it for the PS4 in like 2017. Then they didn't do anything with that.
4 years. Only 4 years. This is GTA 5 syndrome.
They were remastering everything at that time. Then in 2020, The Last of Us Part 2 comes out. And it's one of the coolest games on the system. Then they didn't do anything for 2 years, and now they're saying, hey, this is the way that I look at it like this. This is The Last of Us Twin Snakes.
No, because Twin Snakes, they only remade Twin Snakes once. And it was called Twin Snakes.
Well, they did. The last one wasn't called the Last of Us remake. The last one was called The Last of Us Remastered.
Yes, but
now this is the remake. So I'm excited. It's gonna have the Left Behind DLC too, which I've never played. I just never gotten around to it. So it's gonna be great. You're wrong. What a great time. They also announced that a standalone multiplayer game is coming out. Hopefully,
it's a live game soon. Too, if I heard correctly.
Yeah.
Which
if they make The Last of Us, but it's Destiny, but The Last of Us. Here's the thing. I fucking love post-apocalyptic stuff when it's like Fallout is cool when it's in the far future, but I love like the people who are living only like 10 years after the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite part of The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2 is just being in a fucked up Seattle, a messed up Boston, like places I've been and can see like, oh shit. So the idea that's like this one is in San Francisco. If you tell me that I can just go on Destiny missions in a fucked up San Francisco with my friends with the shooting of The Last of Us Part 2, which I think is great, I'm in.
That's fair. I mean, I'm more, interested in the live game aspect, live multiplayer games, because I do like live multiplayer games.
As long as it's not competitive, which is why I didn't want to play The Last of Us ones, because it was competitive multiplayer, and to get the trophies, you had to get the max rank. But the thing is, if you lost, it was a negative aspect, so it could actually make it harder. And by the time, by the time I was back into trophies and it was like, I'd like to play that and get it, it was like people were so hard in that it was like, oh, I'm fucked. Because I'm rank 2 and they're rank 89. So
right.
I'm excited. They also showed a little bit of the HBO. They talked a little bit about
they showed
HBO
one screenshot of it.
They showed one screenshot of it. I like Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
And they showed that Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson, who play Joel and Ellie, are going to be in the
show.
In legitimate roles, not just like, ooh, wink nod, like Nolan North was in the Uncharted movie. So that'll be good. And then it ended, and I went, fuck this. And then I saw Tom Cruise be awesome in Top Gun Maverick. Here's the setup. It's been 30 years since the movie, and now he's got to go back and he's got to teach some kids something for an important mission. But one of the kids, it's Goose's son. Goose was Anthony Michael Hall, and he died in the first one. And it's like, how can you teach him? Because he hates him because you killed my dad. And man, it's so good. And the flying is real, and they do cool, sick flying. And John Hamm is there, and he's a hard ass. And it's like, you shut up, John Hamm. You be nice to Tom Cruise. And it's great. And Val Kilmer's in it. And Val Kilmer, I don't know if you know this, Val Kilmer had a very serious bout of throat cancer, and he can't talk anymore.
He can't talk. That's so unfortunate.
So in the movie, they did it. They made his character also have throat cancer, and so he can't talk. He has a little computer program that he talks through. Well, he doesn't talk through it. He just types, and they look at the words,
right.
And then at the end of it, he says something. The thing is, he can't physically talk anymore. Right. So what they did is they took archival footage of his voice and made a thing to they made basically a robot, to make him sound like Val Kilmer. It's like, oh.
I heard about that. Like that's kind of touching, and it's kind of
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is a person, probably a piece of shit because he is a Scientologist. But Tom Cruise, the action movie, I'll say this about Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise never gives anything but 100% in the movies that he makes.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good actor. I just think that he's probably a piece of shit.
Most people that we like are probably pieces of shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But
I bet Yoshi P has been
take that back.
I
take
guarantee
that
you
back. That is the sweetest man in the world.
I guarantee you sometime in the middle of Crunch, Yoshi P was like, just fucking do your job to somebody.
No.
We're all human. We're all human.
That's true.
Everybody fucks up.
Yo, did you watch Miss Marvel?
Fuck no, I'm never gonna watch that.
Hey, that first episode, really fucking good.
Nah, I disagree. It's Miss Marvel. I'll never watch
fucking good.
I have no interest in. I'm a little girl who wants to be a superhero, and I became a superhero.
So good. I love it.
Did you watch Obi-Wan?
I did.
Episode 4?
Yeah, we just watched it.
Man, look, I know she was getting a lot of shit, and there were some racist people online, but that lady playing the third sister is bad at acting.
What?
At least in this,
she's great.
In this, I bet she's better in other things, but in this, she is terrible at reading her lines. They're all just like, then tell me what I want to know. And it's just like, you're very bad at this. And I knew that episode was going to be bad because all of the shows on Disney Plus that are like 6 episodes, the first 2 episodes are like, the third episode is like, okay, cool. Fourth episode is always trash. 5th episode gets you back. And then the 6th episode is like, we're out. So I knew it was going to be bad.
I did think it was interesting to see the Purge Troopers from.
Hey, you know what I didn't know? What was cool though? I didn't know until I looked it up. You know, the 5th brother, the dude in the hat?
Yeah.
That's Han from Fast and the Furious.
I can see it in his face now.
Yeah.
I can totally see it in his face.
This whole time I was like, who is this guy? He looks so familiar. I should look it up later. And then when I was looking up the name of the third sister who sucks, I was like, oh yeah, who played him? And it was like Sung Kang. I was like, no, wait. the Sung Kang, and he's like, yeah, from Fast and the Furious. It's like, whoa! So he's cool.
I'm hoping by the end of that series we see Cal Kestis in like a physical role.
Cal Kestis. Wait, that the timing wouldn't line up.
It would.
Because Cal Kestis is only 5 years after Order 66.
But
this is 10 years.
Jedi Fallen Order 2, whatever that one's called.
Jedi Survivor.
That one takes place 10 years.
Oh, so Cal could show up maybe for a second.
Yes, it lines up with
as long as that guy is playing him.
My thinking.
What's that guy's name?
Oh God, I can't remember. I think it's like a C. It's a C first name and then an R last name. I want to say. Cristiano Ronaldo, the famous soccer player.
Yeah, the Cameron Monaghan.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's close. Okay,
that's that dude from Shameless. He was on Shameless. I used to watch Shameless, and apparently he was in Gotham. I never watched Gotham. Did you ever watch Gotham?
No, I didn't. I think my wife did, but.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're what? You're what?
Wife.
Thank you.
Because I want to take a wild stab right now. And spoilers, if you haven't seen episode 4, just skip this next 30 seconds. The like tomb that Obi-Wan walks through in episode 4.
I don't think it's a tomb.
I don't think it's a tomb either, but I have a feeling that Jedi Survivor is that's gonna be a focal point of the plot of that game.
Who was the bad guy? She was the what number sister was she in?
The second sister?
I'm looking it up right now. I can't remember.
Because I think the second and the ninth play a role in that game.
The ninth sister was the big giant monster.
Yeah.
She was the second. Yeah, because she's the third sister.
Right.
That dude's the fifth brother. I don't know. There's one other in Obi-Wan. There's the alien lady. I haven't heard what her number is.
I don't think she's been named yet. No. So
no. I guess the question is who's the first sister and the first brother?
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway,
Skywalker. I'm excited.
No. I don't know.
I'm pumped.
Obi-Wan. For Jedi Survivor, sure, that game's gonna be great. I wanted to say I did watch really quickly. I scrubbed through the Devolver. First of all, I say this as someone whose friends just made one of these for a limited run. Theirs was great. This I don't get why people think Devolver is funny.
You know, honestly, I'll say it, I haven't seen the Mega 64 one yet. I feel like they should just get and you don't even have to get Mega 64, but get groups like that, that actually make content
had Swery, not Swery. They had Suda51 as like a robot, and they were talking about like corporate mergers. I don't know. It's all bullshit. They're not good. Two games that they did show that looked interesting is the Cult of the Lamb is finally coming out in like August 11th, I think it said, which is that game where you're like a little lamb that's leading a cult, and it's like it looks like some kind of hack and slash game. It looks fun. And then they announced a game called the Plucky what the fuck was it called?
Tiny Toons?
No, not Plucky
Adventure?
Duck. No, not Plucky Duck. Shut up.
How tight would that be?
The Plucky Squire. And it was like it was like 2D. You're in a little kids book, and then you break out and you look like Link. That you remember when they did the Link's Awakening 3D one on Switch?
Oh yeah, Link Between Worlds.
And then he jumped into a cup and went back to looking 2D. So it looked like a very fun, cool little adventure game where I'm
gonna look that up now.
You jump through things.
Interesting.
That looked cool. There was also this game called Skate Story, where you're a skater made out of glass, and if you fall, you shatter.
Oh, weird. It's like
I don't know.
Skate or die, but you actually die.
Yeah, it's skate or die, but for real. So those were the two games from that. Then I'm like, or three games, I guess. Yeah, Cult of the Lamb looks really cool because it kind of looks like the style of Isaac, the Binding of Isaac.
Okay, but
more of like instead of like a top down, it's more 2.5D, and you're like a benevolent antichrist, I guess is the way to look like it.
It's tight. I like it.
They showed some other shit, but who cares? Yeah.
I'll check it out.
You know what we didn't talk about in the fucking Summer Games Fest because we talked about it and then said it later and forgot about it is they announced Goat Simulator. The thing is, they announced Goat Simulator 3. There's no Goat Simulator 2.
Yeah.
I liked Goat Simulator, and also the promo for it was that old
Dead Island 2 trailer.
Dead Island 2 trailer of the guy running as he turns into zombies, and then that never came out, right?
No, yeah, that never came out. So that's why I thought it was just so fucking genius to just rip off of that fucking old trailer. That
Goat Simulator,
again, huge trailer, did very well. That game never happened though.
That Goat Simulator, I played all of Goat Simulator on PS4 and all the DLC like a couple of years ago, and I was like, it's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's just a fuck around. It's a fun little fuck around game.
Yeah. This one looks like it's I think the first one has multiplayer now. I don't know.
Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, it's got multiplayer," because they showed multiple goats. That doesn't. Okay, listen. As the only person everyone's saying, "Oh, it looks like it's multiplayer," hasn't played Goat Simulator. I played Goat Simulator. There's just a bunch of different goats you can be. I think they were just showing. Now, if there is
showing you the different ones.
Multiplayer, sure, but just because they showed more than one goat doesn't mean the fucking game has multiplayer. It just means look at all the different goats from the different DLC. So
yeah,
I say wait.
If it is multiplayer, though, I wouldn't mind fucking around with friends in it. It might be fun.
So that's everything up to now.
Yeah.
This weekend is the Xbox thing on Sunday. There's some PC thing, who gives a shit. And then on Monday, it's a Capcom thing. The thing is, as much as I don't give a shit about Xbox and Bethesda, I might watch it just because they will also probably announce third-party things.
Yeah, totally. I mean, Microsoft owns a huge chunk of the video games that are coming out right now. So, but I mean, I'm excited. I'm a Game Pass user, so
I'm not. So I don't want to watch a bunch of games that I know I can't play. But also, like, remember, they're the ones that had Xbox is the ones that had fucking Keanu Reeves come out and show Cyberpunk. So maybe they'll show some third-party shit, or maybe they won't. I don't care. I'll never buy. No, okay, wait. I do want to mention something that I thought was interesting that we also skipped over, which is they showed some new Samsung TV that has Game Pass built into it.
Oh,
sort of like a Google Stadia thing.
It had Google Stadia on the thing.
Here is the only way I will ever give Xbox my money again.
Okay.
They stop making Xboxes. They just become a platform. No, it could happen, because who fucking cares at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll just stop making an Xbox, and Xbox Game Pass will just be a thing, right? It'll be for PC and TVs.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up and let me finish.
Yeah.
They eliminate making an Xbox, because what's the point of an Xbox now? If no one's buying games, who gives a shit? Because everything's on your thing, right?
I honestly think that's the idea.
You gotta let me fucking finish.
I'm sorry.
What I'm getting to is, if it finally happens and Xbox Game Pass is just an app that you can put on your PlayStation 5. Why wouldn't they do that?
Okay, so wasn't there like a weird rumor a couple years ago that was a plan for Nintendo? Was that they wanted to do some kind of
they wanted to put Game Pass on Switch.
Yeah. I think that
if they become if Xbox pivots from being a console developer to just being a publisher and a platform, and if you put Xbox Game Pass on the PS5, now PlayStation would probably be like, we want a little taste.
Yeah, they'll
who cares?
They would have to take one.
They would have to, and then PS Plus's now thing can just be old first party shit. I don't care if the Xbox games can go on PlayStation, and somehow I can have trophy support on those games, then I will buy Xbox Game Pass. That is the only way Xbox will get my money.
I mean,
it'll probably never happen, but I'm saying, like, maybe it will, and if it does, and if I can get, like, the Platinum Infusion frenzy, that would be very funny.
That would be funny. I feel like they are trying to move towards being just a platform instead of a console.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think that's the smartest move to do in gaming right now, is to try to do that, especially because making games a service is like, that's the goal for everyone. But I do think that we're kind of far off from that dream of it being on other consoles right now. I think PC is kind of the closest you get to that.
Honestly, I could see within the next couple of years, like, just getting rid of consoles and just being on smart TVs and PC only.
Yeah. I think that's what, I mean, it feels like that's kind of what they want to do, but I feel
that, or they'll get rid of, Like right now, you have the
Nintendo
Xbox Series X and the Series. Well, no, what they'll do is, they have the Xbox Series X and the Series S.
Yeah.
There just won't be an X anymore. They'll just say we don't make physical games anymore.
Yeah.
We are digital only.
I could see it. It's very plausible. It's probably even very possible. But
yeah, because think about how if there was never again a number one though, that would be bad for them because they own 10% of GameStop.
Do they really?
Yeah, that's why if you notice, if you go into GameStop now, it's all been switched where PlayStation is always in the back corner and the front is always Nintendo and Microsoft. If you walk into any GameStop, if you walk in, to your immediate right will always be Xbox and to your immediate left will always be Nintendo. And then it'll be the corner and then it'll be a bunch of shit that doesn't matter. And then shoved into one corner will be a small section for PlayStation.
I've never noticed that.
And yet that small corner will still outsell the rest of the store.
Yeah, I mean, PlayStations are selling very well, so
yeah.
I don't see the console industry ending yet. I feel like we'll still go to these weird hybrids.
I don't think the entire console industry ends because I don't think PlayStation will ever stop being a console, and I don't think Nintendo will ever.
Nintendo definitely won't because their consoles are almost always not loss leaders.
Correct.
So
and PlayStation. I don't think there's much of a loss leader, but they make so much fucking money. I could see, but also the thing is they're both Japanese companies that are very much like this is the way we do things and we don't change. Where Microsoft being an American company is just like, you know what, fuck these Xboxes.
Yeah.
We just make software now. We're Microsoft. We always made more money off that. Now, that being said, Game Pass is still yet to ever return a profit.
Yeah, but man, fucking what a great fucking program because there are so many fucking games I play off of it and I don't pay anything.
Bullshit program made for assholes.
So good.
Anyone
I've been playing
that has
fucking
Xbox,
Vampire Survivor on it. Oh, great.
I want to play Vampire Survivor on my PlayStation.
It's like okay, yeah, that makes
Vampire
sense.
Survivor would have been the perfect game for the Vita.
Yeah, it really would have been, wouldn't it?
Anyone who subscribes to Xbox Game Pass is a piece of shit and I don't trust them.
Oh no.
Also, like 90% of my friends have Xbox Game
exactly. Pass. It really is the best deal in gaming. It's such a fucking good deal.
It is a good deal. I just wish that it wasn't run by the company that stole from me.
Yeah. But hey, that was Geoff 3. It was very
I'm sorry. It's not Geoff 3. It actually, you know what they had shirts made. It's called KE3.
KE3.
Yeah, it's like Keeley with a KE3. Oh, the other big thing he announced is that Summer Game Fest is coming back next year and it's going to be in person.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know.
Is he going to run in the LA Convention Center like E3? Because E3 said they might come back next year.
I think they said they are coming back. Like their investor dude who's like in control of that. He's like, no, we will have a in-person and digital next year.
I wonder if Summer Games Fest being in person is just he has a thing at E3 like. The old
Like he used to do the YouTube stuff, didn't he?
Well, no. What I mean is like how Sony and Microsoft used to have their big keynotes.
Yeah, like he'll have.
What if he just has a third party keynote?
Like they do the PC gamer one where it's just a bunch of like indie stuff and I could see that. That would actually be kind of cool. Like it would leave everyone open to showing more exclusive stuffs for their own things and then show the third-party stuff that everyone's getting in Geoff's show. Like, that would be cool. I'd be all for it. And you could even then kind of cut down the time of some of those conferences.
I'm sorry. Did you just say you beat off to it?
No. But I would beat off to it. I mean, who knows?
You put this under the family section.
If Keanu Reeves shows up again, I might act up a fool.
Let's end this. Okay, so this has been the 25th anniversary, not 25th, the 25th episode.
25 years.
Miles, 25 years of excellence of the podcast. We do have an episode still coming next week, and that is the A+ 5-star platinum unfuckable with game Darksiders, one of my favorite games of all time. And if anyone talks shit on it in any way, I will fly to their house because I know their address. And of course their address is
no.
and I will beat the shit out of them, just like Jay Silent Bob did in Jay Silent Bob. You seen Jay Silent Bob Strike Back,
yeah,
right?
It's one of the fucking greatest.
I'm going to
movies
show
of all
up
time.
to your
It's so
fucking
good.
door with a big giant list of names, like the end of that movie, and I'm going to hit you with a baseball bat if you talk good about this game. I was going to say, do we have an email? But I guess this is not really an email show. Is there anything?
I don't.
Oh, you know what? Hey,
Hey,
this has been a weird week.
it has been.
Jeff Gerstmann left Giant Bomb,
What
and
the
then
fuck is up with that?
and then Dan Reichert went back to Giant Bomb. That was pretty dope.
Whoa, what?
And then Jeff Gerstmann is now doing his own shit. Now you subscribe to his Patreon. So it's never been a better time to be into watching other people talk about video games. So normally we'd plug our own shit. I'm gonna say, on top of like following our shit, maybe go follow the Jeff Gerstmann show, because Jeff Gerstmann is my number one favorite guy in all of video games. I'll follow that man into a volcano. And Dan Reichert is my number 2 favorite guy into video games. And he doesn't work at the WWE anymore. And he was just talking about how much it sucked. It was great. And so I'm going to follow him on Giant Bomb. And it's just like, it's good to be able to enjoy the people that I like to watch. I hope that, we give you even a modicum of the enjoyment that you can get out of those guys. So enjoy them, enjoy us, enjoy anybody, enjoy everybody, enjoy video games. This has been the 25th episode of I Have More Trophies Than You.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you'd like to send us questions, gaming memories, comments, or if you just want to know when the next episode's going to drop, then you can follow us on Twitter at MoreTrophiesPod. That's MoreTrophiesPod. That's More Trophies Pod. Also, you can email us at ihavemoretrophiesthanyou@gmail.com. It's just the name of the show, all one word, @gmail.com. Also, be sure to follow Ryan at Dr_Ryan on Twitter. You can also keep up to date with his Monday night Twitch streams office hours at twitch.tv/Dr_Ryan. That's Dr_RYAN. Dr_Ryan on both Twitch and Twitter. And follow Chris on Twitter at Burezu in Japan. Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't worry, I'm going to spell it out for you right now. That's BUREZUINJAPAN. That's all one word, Burezu in Japan on Twitter. And when they are streaming, you can check them out at twitch.tv/BlazeTK. That's BLAZE, the letter T, the letter K on Twitch. BlazeTK. Thank you again so much, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.